Good morning, everybody. I call upon the College Chaplain, Father Michael Wall, to read the conferring blessing.
Slucht as litter ne pól cig na hefísig. Sinnéon fó a dhéimar mar luana, I bhíneise an ahar ón an mítar gach clown nabh agus talamh. Go dtugadh sé díomh as olbhatha sa glóra, go bhaigh sibh neart agus cumas in bhánach tríd an spirit. Go méid Christ a bhú grí trí credibh, agus go méid sibh préomhathe agus bunathe sa grá, chlí go bhéidigh sibh féin agus an naomh go léir, ad agus lehead, agus irde agus dainas a hiiscint. Go cuirigh sibh ólas grá Christ atá is chun tuiscine, agus go líonfar sibh de líonbhreacht umláin dé. Glór don té úd a bhéidir ó I bhad níos mó dhéanamh, ná mar a dtíorfmísne nó smíonimh féin Tríd an cócht atá ag obair unne, glór go raibh aige san aglis agus I gríost Isa, ó rún go dlún, go bracht na brethe. Amen.
I am pleased to call on the Provost and Deputy President of the University of Limerick, Professor Shane Cummins, to formally convene a meeting of the University for the purposes of conferring academic awards.
President, Mary Immaculate College, members of the Mary Immaculate College Governing Authority, trustees, members of An Comhairle Acadúil, faculty members, distinguished guests, families, friends, and graduates of the class of 2023, a meeting of the university is hereby convened for the purpose of conferring academic awards. Exercising the power granted to the University of Limerick by Oireachtas Éireann, I hereby confer awards of the University on the graduates of the Faculty of Arts. Students not present are hereby conferred in absentia.
I am pleased to call on the Deputy Chairperson of the Board of Trustees and of Governing Authority of Mary Immaculate College, Dr. Áine Lawler, to make an address of welcome.
Professor Shane Cummins, Provost and Deputy President of UL, Professor Eugene Wall, President of Mary Immaculate College, members of Mary Immaculate Governing Authority and Trustees, members of An Comhairle Acadúil Academic Council, faculty members, family, friends and graduates of the class of 2023, Díomh agus 100 míle fáilte roimh go dtí an ócáid speisialta seo, bronna Acadúla I Galáiste gan small. A very warm welcome to this very special occasion, the conferring of academic awards in Mary Immaculate College. As Deputy Chair of the Trustees and of the Governing Authority, I am deputising for the Chair, Bishop Brendan Leahy. He regrets he cannot be with you here today, but he sends you his warm congratulations and his very best wishes. This is a very great day of celebration for you, the graduates. And I offer each of you a sincere congratulations on having achieved your award in your chosen area of study. I note that there are 55 award titles in all listed for the 4 conferring ceremonies over these 2 days. And this is testament to the breadth and depth of the opportunities available to the 5,000 plus students in this college. Mary Immaculate College was founded 125 years ago, originally as a Catholic college of education to educate primary school teachers, and we can see how it has expanded since then. Over the years, the college has earned a very good reputation for the quality of its work in education and in the liberal arts. The college mission statement underpins this work, and it states that, I quote, The college community promotes excellence in teaching, learning and research at undergraduate and postgraduate levels. It seeks to foster the intellectual, spiritual, personal and professional development of students within a supportive and challenging environment that guarantees the intellectual freedom of staff and students. In particular, the college seeks to foster in its students a spirit of justice and compassion in the service of others, together with an openness to the religious tradition and values of each individual. The college promotes a sense of identity enriched by an awareness of the Catholic tradition, the cultures, languages and traditions of Ireland, and its special commitment to the Irish language. Mary Immaculate College respects cultural diversity. It strives to promote equity in society and to provide an environment where all have freedom and opportunity to achieve their full potential. And I hope that you can identify with the mission statement from your experience as a student in the college. I believe the opening words, the college community, are particularly significant. Mary Immaculate College is a wonderful community, a vibrant group of people encompassing students and staff, where there is cooperation and collaboration, mutual respect, and a willingness to engage. As a member of the trustee group and of the governing authority, I am aware of the excellence in teaching, learning, and research which is undertaken by the dedicated, committed staff of the college, under the leadership of the President, Eugene Wall, and the senior management team. Congratulations and thank you to all of you for that. But ultimately, the reputation of Mary Immaculate College rests with the graduates who are living proof of the quality of the education they receive here. Mary Immaculate graduates are highly regarded and are sought after and valued in the workplace, at home and abroad. Congratulations and thank you to all the graduates of 2023 in anticipation of your role in keeping the Mary Immaculate College name in lights into the future. At the Link graduation last Saturday, I spoke about the coordinator's role in promoting a culture of care in their early childhood care and education settings. Whatever your award today, whatever your role in the future, whatever your setting, I hope that you too will promote a culture of care, being mindful of a spirit of justice and compassion in the service of others, and providing an environment where all have freedom and opportunity to achieve their full potential, as promoted in the mission statement. And that culture of care comes from your heart. It is truly a labour of love. You have worked hard to achieve your award today, and I hope that now you can relax and enjoy the fruits of your labours with your family and friends, many of whom have supported you on your journey, and thank you to each of them for that. Enjoy your day. Heartiest congratulations again, and every good wish for the future. Cogorgica so cree. Garth Mila Mahagweth.
I now call upon Professor Shane Kilcummins, Provost and Deputy President of the University of Limerick, to make his address.
Members of Governing Authority and Academic Council, distinguished guests, graduates, family, friends and colleagues, it's my pleasure to welcome you to this conferring ceremony. I must begin by offering you the warmest of congratulations on completing this hugely important part of your learning journey, as Dr. Anya Lawler has done so well in her speech. No one gets to graduate with any type of recognised award without a great deal of hard work, commitment, and some element as well of self-sacrifice. None of you come into education without that basic desire to help others to fulfil their potential. By fulfilling your own potential here at Mary Immaculate College and through this programme of study, you are now equal to that task. You have put yourselves at the heart of this most valuable human endeavour to empower others to empower themselves. Even in the earliest steps taken, they can often be the most formative and thus the most vital. I'd like to say something as well about Mary Immaculate College. The richness of scholarship here at Mary Immaculate College has helped you as students to express creatively, to think critically, to reason, to raise questions, to communicate with clarity, to engage empathically, and to understand diversity and dimensions of difference. These are skills that are vital in our institutions, economies, work environments, and communities. They connect people, they celebrate our cultures, they foster creative and ethical thinking, they challenge orthodoxy, and they sustain and reimagine our future. This is a day of celebration for you, for your families and friends. It also marks an important staging post. You successfully transitioned into higher education a number of years ago. You have also transitioned through higher education, and now you transition out and onwards on your journey. You've made new friends, encountered new subjects, perhaps developed new degrees of autonomy, independence, and responsibility. The skills that you've developed on that journey mean that you are now ready to enter the world of work or further studies. Our societal rejuvenation will be supported by the addition of people like you, bringing your skills, creativity, and commitment into our early educational settings. With the young minds of tomorrow will be assured of professional and progressive learning and development experiences. Making a difference and enhancing change are key goals and guiding attributes for all of us. And it is through these transferable skills that we hope you take out into the world, that you take these out into the world to make a difference and enhance that change. I have witnessed many graduations during the course of my years, and my own graduation was a very long time ago. And I've been trying to think of some guiding principles which I've learned and which may be of interest to you, or of some use to you. So if you indulge me for a few moments, I will impart these personal insights. And there are just 4, so they shouldn't take long. I should also add a note of caution. They're mostly based on all of the errors that I've made, and sometimes also based on bad legal philosophy. But I saw this done 23 years ago in UCC, and I thought it was a nice idea, so I'd like to share them with you. So the first lesson that I have learned is the following. Hard work works, and talent is overrated. The logic of success in any sphere of life is grounded in hard work. There are no quick or easy paths, no pills or purchases that will soften the requirement. Natural talent is a gift, but it is sometimes outside your control. A work ethic, in contrast, is entirely within your control. You can decide to have a hard work mindset, to have an energy about your approach to tasks. People will see that and they will value it. Very often, opportunities will coalesce around those who will work with them the most, who will value them the most. These invariably are the people who will work the hardest in respect of the opportunities that are presented, because they have created the environment in which to take that opportunity. Arnold Palmer, a brilliant golfer, put it well when he said, "The more I practice, the luckier I get." Identify with a strong work ethic, not with the label of a particular talent. A work ethic is sustainable and can be lifelong. Talent may be ephemeral and may restrict you if not managed properly. Lesson 2, be humble and treat people as ends and never as a means to an end. Recognize the intrinsic value of each human being. You are no better than anybody else, but you, like everyone else, have huge potential for greatness. Let that sit with you for a while. Each human being has an intrinsic worth, no matter what their circumstances. You may be brighter, better looking, have more money, and so on, but your life is no more important than anyone else's. Once you recognize that, you can use that as a through line in your own life. I have sometimes heard the quote, "Be nice to people on the way up, because you might meet them again on the way down." But that breaches Immanuel Kant's categorical imperative that people are ends in themselves and never a means to an end. Be kind to people because of their intrinsic worth, regardless of their station or your station. Be of service to people. Help them excel. Think of the acronym HOPE, H-O-P-E. Help other people excel. Once you do that, you're moving yourself and others towards greatness. Lesson 3, and I'm nearly finished. Be resilient. Life undoubtedly will throw all sorts of challenges, failures, defeats, and sickening blows at you. Some will be expected, and some will come out of the blue. These setbacks are very much part of living. It is my firm belief, however, that the person who refuses to give up, who keeps dusting himself or herself down time after time following failure and defeat, has the most competitive advantage of all. Samuel Beckett put it well when he said, "Ever tried, ever failed, no matter. Try again, fail better." Thomas Edison found 999 ways not to make a light bulb, but in the 1,000th attempt, he changed our lives forever. Keep failing better in your lives. Keep striving for greatness. Expect failure, and develop the resilience and the fortitude to deal with it as it arises. My final lesson, have courage. Where possible, try to step outside your comfort zone. This is where the real personal and professional growth will be for you. This is where you will reach your potential as an individual. Stepping outside your comfort zone is very, very difficult. It is by its very nature uncomfortable. We are all vulnerable, and it is so hard to step across our shadows, to stretch ourselves in open settings. It is, however, important to have this growth mindset, to strive to be the best version of yourself. I will finish with one of my favourite passages from a lecture by Theodore Roosevelt on April the 23rd, 1910. It's entitled Citizenship in a Republic. It's of its time and it uses gendered language, and I've tried to correct this on occasions through the passage, but I think the message is very, very powerful. It reads as follows. It is not the critic who counts, not the person who points out how the strong person stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the person who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends themselves in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if they fail, at least they fail while daring greatly, so that their place will never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. So where you can, and when you can, dare greatly. That is the extent of my guidance to you. Work hard, be humble, be resilient, and dare greatly. On this day, I would like to acknowledge the staff of Mary Immaculate College on my left and right. They are represented by this brilliant motley crew on both sides of me. We should truly cherish them. They are leaders, educators, and scholars, all outstanding experts in their field, national and international commentators and policy influencers. They are deeply committed to you, their students, their disciplines, and their specific areas of research excellence. So are the professional support staff who support the endeavours to ensure that you have an outstanding education. President Wall and all of his colleagues here at Mary Immaculate College engage in such a noble pursuit, helping you to excel and engaging in knowledge exchange for the good of humanity and society. I have no doubt but that they will continue to excel, to inspire, to share, and to champion. I have also no doubt but that they will remain willfully independent and zealously generous and thoughtful. It goes without saying that you, as students, owe them a significant debt of gratitude. But I think that as a society we should also be grateful, because we truly compete above our weight in this country, having such gifted staff. All that is left for me to do now is to congratulate you, our students, on your achievements and success to date. Thank you for attending this beautiful and great institution, celebrating 125 years this year, and it has made, in that period of time, such a significant and invaluable impact in Irish society. It has been a public good, an essential good in society, nurturing our children and our communities for a sustained period of time. My hope for you now, graduates, is that you create good lives for yourselves. I wish you every success in your future endeavours. Thank you.
I now call upon Professor Eugene Wall, President of Mary Immaculate College, to make his conferring address.
Provost and Deputy President of the University, Professor Shane Kilcommons, Deputy Chairperson of An Tuaidh Ros Riala, Dr. Anya Lawler, members of An Tuaidh Ros Riala, members of An Comhairle Acadúil, faculty members of the Faculty of Arts, friends and families of the graduates of the class of 2023, and most especially the graduands themselves. I'm mindful that there are people who are watching online, and I also want to extend a welcome to those people today. Farum fair Queen Fáilsroi Villic, Gudi Sharmanas Bronta on Lay and You. Smoragum for Guluder on Law Specialta Shaw Dargwit Maclean. Good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome to you. As has already been mentioned, we are in existence for 125 years, so this is a milestone year. And this morning, we have graduates from 14 different programs drawn from the liberal arts. How much of a contrast that is with 30 years ago when we had 2 programs, and unlike the 5,000 students that were mentioned, we had 297 students. So it's been a period of phenomenal growth. They were undergraduate programs, well, one undergraduate, one postgraduate at that stage. And today we have awards, as you can see here, with our distinguished doctoral awardees here. We have up to level 10 programs. And in fact, of the 26 doctoral doctorates that will be conferred today, 10 of them are represented here this morning. So we already celebrated handsomely last night with a dinner for our doctoral awardees, and we're delighted to have you back here today. I'd like to re-echo what previous speakers have said and extend sincere and well-deserved congratulations to the class of 2023 for their superb accomplishments. Now, most of the undergraduate students, and probably most of you, in fact, enrolled in the college in the months preceding the onset of the pandemic. So your studies were disrupted to a greater extent than any other group. Notwithstanding the formidable challenges that posed, you prevailed. You trod a lonelier and more isolated path in very difficult circumstances. And in saluting your commendable achievements, I'd like also to pay tribute, as other speakers have done, to those amongst your family and friends who supported and encouraged you, especially during the arduous first year of the pandemic, with all its uncertainties and all its anxieties. These people, they're rightly entitled to bask in the reflected glory of your success, and I'd invite you to turn round at this point and to express your appreciation to them. Come on, you can do better than that. That was very half-hearted. So now that I've set you up first time, I also wish to thank on your behalf the Mary Immaculate College staff members from the academic faculty of arts and the professional services departments who've worked with you over these past number of years to help you arrive at this happy day. Their expertise, their dedication has helped to transform you into the skilled, competent, aware individuals that you are today. So maybe you could demonstrate your appreciation to those as well. I'd like especially to thank the Provost and Deputy President, Professor Kilcummins, for his presence with us at this conferring ceremony. But more than for his presence, I also want to give thanks for his generous comments about the college and also his sage advice, which I think bears reflection. We particularly value the relationship with the University of Limerick. Those 30 years as an affiliated institution with the University of Limerick has enabled us to grow to the size we are. You may be aware that we're engaged in talks with the university for closer structural relationship, and we very much look forward to a productive outcome to that. And Professor Kilcummins and the President and other members of the university and our own management team are very much involved in that. So we look forward to that. For their contribution to today's ceremony, I also want to thank 2 people who always star at these ceremonies. The first is John O'Neill, who's the mace bearer, and John is sitting over there. Do you want to give him a wave, John? Yeah. And Carrie O'Donnell, who's our sign language interpreter, is going to have to give you a wave. So maybe if you forgive me for reminiscing for a few moments, just about 50 years ago I began studying psychology, philosophy and English literature in UCD. I had lofty aspirations at that stage to become a mind reader, which I was naively convinced would be the wondrous outcome of becoming a psychologist. A few weeks ago I heard Tony Bates, who was a classmate of mine at the time and subsequently became one of Ireland's leading clinical psychologists, explain to Brendan O'Connor on the Brendan O'Connor show, which of course Niamh also features on and stars on from time to time. I heard Tony Bates explain to Brendan how he gravitated towards psychology to enable him to grapple with his psychological demons. And being in that class, I suspect he was not alone in that regard. The area of the psychology program that held the greatest interest for me was child and adolescent development, and I was particularly captivated by one topic, which was the psychology of achievement motivation. What are the characteristics of individuals who constantly demonstrate strong strivings to achieve excellence in any endeavour? For example, in sport, music, education or business. These were the questions that interested me. And as time moved on, I was intrigued to understand if and how parents contribute to the development of high achievement motivation, because like many anxious parents, which I was at that time, I was eager to know whether certain parenting practices are associated not only with achievement motivation, but with other favourable psychological outcomes. The short answer is, of course there are. As research in the field evolved and as the understanding of human motivation, the theory behind it, as it gained depth, it was belatedly recognised that not only your immediate family and peer groups influence your motivational dynamics, which I'm sure you're all aware of, but that the broader culture in which you're immersed powerfully shape the direction and strength of your motivation. Growing up in Ireland is a significantly different experience from growing up in the United States. Growing up in Limerick City is a different experience from growing up in a rural part of County Mayo. And each of those experiences leaves its unique imprint on motivation. So those cultural factors have a decisive impact. Put in its simplest terms, the starting point to understanding your own motivation is the values that you hold. It's values that drive your motivation. So figuring out where your values come from, especially your strong values, shines a light on your motivation. And quite commonly, people growing up in the same place share similar experiences, and that produces commonalities in values and outlook. Equally, from a temporal perspective, growing up in the 1970s, I can assure you, was a vastly different experience to growing up in the early years of this century. In recent years, there's been an increasing recognition of the ways in which the shared experience of a generation can shape your way of looking at the world, influence your beliefs and your values, and form your motivation. So it's legitimate then to inquire how the experience of growing up at a particular time and in a particular culture can affect your motivation, including your need for success and achievement. Fintan O'Toole of the Irish Times, the columnist and author, he's a contemporary of mine. He'd probably dispute that and say he's a few years younger than me, which he is. And his account of growing up in Dublin in the 1960s and 70s in his book, We Don't Know Ourselves, was an absorbing read for me. Some of Bono's published recollections of his upbringing in Dublin around the same time recall an era when many parents sought to ensure that their children didn't grow up feeling overly self-important or full of themselves. And he recounts in one of those how his father was fond of bringing him down to size and remind him that his career was about to blow up at any stage and he would go back to doing a normal job. So let's ask, what are the forces that are moulding the current generation of young people? Now, most of our graduates, and I'm conscious that when I say that, not everybody, but most of our graduates here this morning were born in from between the mid-1990s and the mid-2010s, the so-called Generation Z or Gen Z. Okay, now, some of you probably are not Gen Z, so you'll forgive me if I digress for a few moments. You can apply this to whatever generation you are. Now, if you search on the internet, you'll see that there are stereotypes there that abound about the different generational cohorts. The baby boomers of the post-war generation, that's my crowd, who are born, the Generation X, who were born between 1965 to 1980 approximately, the millennials, and then the Gen Z group, who I'm going to look at for a few moments. Now, while I recognise that these stereotypes involve broad generalisations, it's possible nonetheless to identify for each generational group common threads and similar influences that impacted them. So to take the Gen Z example, if you're a member of that group, the Ireland you grew up in went through successive periods of boom, bust and boom from 1996 until now. It's very obvious that Ireland became a distinctly more secular country during that time, a distinctly more secular society, creating a decidedly different culture in which children acquired their values, their beliefs and their attitudes. The cultural experience of your youth will have shaped the music you like, the sport you like or dislike, and the TV, films and other media forms that interest you. You're the first generation, if you're Gen Z people, to grow up entirely in the internet age with smartphones, and most likely you have a consuming interest in social media. You also have grown up in a society that's more inclusive and more tolerant, and it's likely that that's reflected in your values as well. Even in societies that are not more inclusive and tolerant, people of your generation are more embracing of diversity. You are the best educated generation that this country has seen, and all the trustworthy indicators, despite protestations to the contrary, all the trustworthy indicators indicated that you're living in a country that's significantly more prosperous than it has ever been, and unemployment here is at record low levels. It's just hovering at about 4%, which effectively is what they term as virtual full employment. But on the other hand, I'm sure that you're acutely aware that there are several major domestic and global challenges that must be confronted. And there may be many others that have yet to manifest themselves. I was just thinking, if I were addressing you 4 years ago, there'd be no mention of a looming catastrophic pandemic. That would have been even unthinkable. The appalling military conflicts in Ukraine and the Middle East would still have been in the future at that stage. Political extremism and xenophobia were prevalent in many parts of the world, but they seem to pose little threat in Ireland. There was less awareness of the urgency of addressing issues of climate sustainability and biodiversity then than there is now. And in Ireland, the housing crisis has worsened significantly over the past few years, as Father Peter McVerry reminded us when he was down here receiving an award from the President of Ireland, Michael D. Higgins, last December. As we look forward, accelerating technological progress in the field of artificial intelligence, or as it's more commonly referred to as generative AI, will lead to remarkable changes in the fields of healthcare, education, transport, manufacturing and finance. It's expected that there will be significant transitions in the sorts of jobs people hold and churn, people changing to new jobs as certain jobs start to shrink and certain jobs are no longer needed. But hopefully most of these changes will be benign and enrich the quality of living, and I'll be addressing those particular issues in my talk later on this afternoon. But already the warnings are being sounded about potentially serious downsides. Digital media and social media are wonderful assets in the modern world. Obviously they are. You can see how many people are glued to their phones. They can inform, enlighten, entertain and enhance our communication with others. But they're double-edged swords. Digital and social media, they both have indisputably facilitated the spread of intolerance, cynicism, bullying, cyber hatred, demagoguery, xenophobia, political polarisation, extremism and conspiracy theories. Social media, as distinct from digital media, has contributed to the rise in the incidence of a whole host of psychological problems such as anxiety, depression, feelings of personal inadequacy, loneliness and possibly an increase in the rates of suicide, especially among younger people. We need to find ways to do a better job of protecting young people in our society from the harmful effects of digital and social media. The pandemic has demonstrated that despite once being unfavourably labelled as snowflakes, Gen Z are resilient. Going back to Professor Kilcommon's points there and the importance of resilience. Although the incidence of mental health and well-being issues has risen sharply during and since the pandemic, For many people, the experience of living through the pandemic triggered a re-evaluation of their perspectives of what's important in life. Work-life balance, personal relationships, and mental health and well-being were among the values that assumed greater importance. The Harvard study of adult development, which began all the way back in 1938, has identified several key insights into what makes a fulfilling and happy life. Not surprisingly, it finds that strong social connections, emotional health, and adaptability are key to well-being and a fulfilling life. And to return to where I started about achievement motivation, certainly a fulfilling career and high achievement can contribute to happiness, but the quality of personal relationships was found to have a more significant impact on life satisfaction. One of the realizations that I developed in studying achievement motivation and perfectionism is captured in the following quote from Abraham Heschel. And he said, "When I was young, I admired clever people. Now that I'm older, I admire kind people." As I conclude, I want to pose a question to each of our graduates. In fact, let the late Robin Williams pose the question to you, our graduates. In the film Dead Poets Society, he played the part of an exuberant teacher of English, John Keating, who inspires an unlikely group of late adolescent male students to a love of poetry through his unconventional and impassioned teaching style. In one memorable scene, he draws the students into a huddle in the centre of the classroom, and he recites some lines from Walt Whitman's poem, "O Me, O Life." Now, it's a fairly bleak poem, and the bleak early lines he actually does quote, and he leaves some of them out. The early bleak lines of the poem dwell on the seeming meaninglessness of life, and I'll quote 3 lines from it. "O me, O life, of the questions of these recurring, of the endless trains of the faithless, of cities filled with the foolish. What good amid these, O me, O life?" And in the final lines, Whitman via Keating supplies the answer. That you are here, that life exists an identity, that the powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse. To which Keating solemnly asks his students, what part will you play? So whatever part you may play, and wherever life takes you, let me, on behalf of your alma mater, wish you all the best for your life and career today and in the future. Go dugad í a gachrach agus banartíh bhór drussil, tá súlagum go mé lá deas a goibh, go raibh míle mai a goibh go léir.
I call upon the Dean of the Faculty of Arts, Professor William Leahy, to present the candidates for the conferring of undergraduate and taught postgraduate awards in arts.
Provost, the Academic Council of the University has been satisfied that the following candidates are worthy to be conferred with undergraduate and taught postgraduate awards. Therefore, I present the candidates and request you to confer the awards on them.
Our first programme this morning is the Bachelor of Arts programme. So we'd ask you all to join us up here, the first group. So our first graduate to receive her award this morning is Ava Rebecca Ahern. Fraser Thomas Allen. Jack Bambury. Anna Behan. Emma Burke. Aoife Bowler. Molly Brannock. Jana Brennan. Ciara Broder. Dylan Brosnan. Killian James Buckley. Lauren Budden, excuse me. Congratulations, Lauren. Sarah Burns. Eleanor Byrne. Emma Byrne Conway. Jack Callery Donnelly. Naomi Carlin. Elaine Carr. Rebecca Carson. David Aaron Casey. Jamie Lee Clancy. Emily Clifford. Gemma Klidge. Amanda Coleman. Emer Collins. Well done, Emer. Sophie Colopy. Kate Trays Comerford. Jessica Comerford. Leanna Conway. Katie Ann Corkery. Ciara Costello. Megan Kate Cronin. Now we have twins graduating, Eva Cronin Pike and Robin Cronin Pike. So Eva, congratulations. And Robin Cronin Pike, congratulations to you too. Well done. Emma Crow. Alana Curley. Graham Curley. Shane Patrick Dalton. Carrie Mary Dalton. Grania Rose Darcy. Kate Davis. Joanne Davern. Aoife Doheny. Dara Dolan. Alicia Dolan. Jamie Sean Donovan. Emer Doody. Ella Jane Dowling. Kate Downs. Rose Doyle. Megan Driscoll. Owen Duff. Michael Duggan. Arlene Earls. Stacey Egan. Niamh Farrell. Kieran Dennis Anthony Fury. Amy Fitzgerald. Ciara Fitzpatrick. Adamar Flaherty. Mary Kate Flanagan. Clara Flynn. Leah Flynn. Ronan Sean Foley. Anna Gavigan. Molly Gavin. Sarah Gillan. Fiona Joanna Gleeson. Evie Good. Elizabeth Goff. Niamh Goff. Sinead Green. Aidan Martin Griffin. Ava Hadnett. Shona Kate Hale. Marius Peter Halmage. Jack Hanley, in absentia. Cameron Hayes. Well done, Cameron. Emma Healy. Ciara Heenan. Lauren Heffernan. Rachel Hellebert. David Hennessy. Ilana Elizabeth Hennessy. Leanne Herlihy. Chloe Hobbs. Kate Hogan. Lauren Houlihan. Kenny Garashi. Chamsadini William Jagana. David Ohogu Ivabondwan. There we go. Congratulations, David. Cogardacus. Silky Johnson. Senan Keane. Lisa Keane. Michael Carney. Aoife Keating. Sarah Kelly. Chloe Keneally. Harry Curran. Aisling Killalay. Clive Kirby. Sean Lennon. Chloe Lernahan. Leisha Luby. Aoife Lyons. Zoe Lyons. Tara McMahon. Luke John McNamara. Laura Mackey. Philippa Maguire. Sinead Ellen Maher. Rachel Joanna Maher. No. In absentia, Lauren Kaylee? Leah. Leah Maureen Manning. Congratulations, Leah. Cogardacus. Kaylee Mannion. Sophia Mansour. Ciara Maxwell. Jodie McCauley. Ava McLaren. Dara McDermott. Michaela Caroline McGrath. Patrick McHugh. Conor McInerney. Niamh McInerney. Ciara Elizabeth McKenna. Caitlin McLaughlin. Jenny McMahon. Emma Meehan. Cade Mehta. Jack Maloney. Rebecca Moran. Nicole Moriarty. Lauren Mulvihill. Aisling Mary Murnan. Una Murphy. Saoirse Murphy. Nicole Murphy. Jessica Murphy Cullen. Joshua Neal. Stephen Nolan. Dara William Nolan. John Nolan. Lisa O'Brien. Rebecca Louise O'Brien. Jade Holly O'Connor. Leah O'Connor. Victoria Ann O'Donoghue. Kathleen Helen O'Dwyer. Holly O'Flaherty. Luke Tig O'Gorman. Dara O'Grady. Megan O'Halloran. Diarmid O'Mahony. Carla O'Mahony. Hannah O'Reilly. Kate O'Shanahan. Niall O'Shea. Cormac O'Sullivan. Grania O'Sullivan. Megan Padden. Ciara Parker. Lisa Patterson. Ciara Power. Kieran Patrick Power. Liam Power. Emma Quinn. Elaine Quinn. Clodagh Reid. Kevin Reynolds. Aaron Ryan. Maeve Francis Ryan. Tom William Ryan. Daria Samuleska. Owen Shanahan. Paddy Shanahan. Sive Shelley. Sinead Sarah Sherlock. Francis Shortall. Ciara Slattery. Talia Abgail Smichkevich Kazowski. Connor Spain. Sarah Michelle Stritch. Emily Tierney. Shauna Tobin. Roisin Toohey. John Patrick Walsh. Matthew Walsh. Danielle Young. Emma Ryan. And that's all our BA Arts graduates this morning. Let's give them a big round of applause. Well done. You made it across the line. Now, our next programme this morning is the Bachelor of Arts in Contemporary and Applied Theatre Studies, and our first graduate this morning is Aoife Breen. Nora Burke. Cormac Laffin. Sarah Ann McDonough. Akane Omura. And Nigel Shinners. Big round of applause for all our CATS graduates this morning. So the Certificate in English for Academic Purposes, this programme is conferred in absentia. The Certificate in Advanced English for Academic Purposes, this programme is also conferred in absentia. And we move on now to the Certificate in Pastoral Ministry, and the first graduand this morning is a retired member of staff who's very dear to our hearts, Nessa Agnes Maria Breen. Cornelius Buckley. Antoinette Collins. Sharon Mary Colopy. James Michael Connery. Miriam Dawson O'Halloran. Patrick Higgins. Congratulations. Padraig Hurley. Sharon Kleiser. Pauline Maher. Anne Patricia Mulcahy. Anne Marie Mulcahy. Sean O'Mahon. Bernadette Susan O'Connell. Anne O'Dea. Mary O'Reilly Glynn. Kathy Mary O'Riordan. David Walsh. And a big round of applause for our certificate in pastoral ministry graduates this morning. Bogart the Casilic. Our next programme is the Graduate Diploma in Applied Linguistics. We've one graduand this morning, and that's Clara Miley. No, in absentia. Okay, round of applause for Clara. Thank you. We turn now to our Masters of Arts in Applied Linguistics, and our first graduate this morning is Fatima Ahmed Souza Diaz. Janina Alves Jandraji. Aisling Barley. Monica Bridge. Barbara da Costa Donatangelo in absentia. Jamil Souza de Lima. Okay, so we move on to the Certificate in Christian Leadership. No? Okay. So our next programme is the Master of Arts in Christian Leadership in Education, and our graduate this morning is Catherine O'Dowd. Our next programme this morning is the Masters of Arts in History, and our graduate this morning is Catherine Folan. Our next programme this morning is the Masters of Arts in Media Studies, and our first graduate is our Vice President of the Students' Union, so David Jasanga. Well done to you. Our next graduate this morning is John Horn. Our next graduate is Innocent Umezuro Ike Oro Aganachi. Well done. Our next graduate is Nasrallah Taban. And our final graduate on the Masters of Arts in Media Studies this morning is Ostine Okopi Umele. Our Our next programme this morning is the Masters of Arts in Modern English Literature, and our first graduate this morning is Ashley Nicole Blair. Angelos Bolas. Aoife Finglas. Katie Hallinan. Maria April Marion Keith. Helen Lane. April Quinn. And finally, Michelle Trella. Now let's have our big round of applause for all the graduates on our 12 postgraduate programmes this morning. What an achievement. Professor William Leahy, Dean of the Faculty of Arts, will now present the candidates for the award of doctoral degrees by research and thesis.
Provost, the Academic Council of the University has been satisfied that the following candidates are worthy to be conferred with doctoral degrees by research and thesis in arts. Therefore, I present the candidates and request you confer the awards on them.
So the doctoral candidates will be presented with their caps by their supervisors. The doctoral candidates will then be presented with their parchments by the Provost and the Deputy President of the University of Limerick, Professor Shane Kilcommons. So our first doctoral graduate this morning is Dr. Shane Barry, who has successfully undertaken a programme of study and research under the supervision of Dr. Joan O'Sullivan, MIC, Dr. John Perry of the University of Limerick, and Professor Murish O'Leary, Munster Technological University. The title of the thesis is The Irish Question, an investigation into Irish language self-efficacy beliefs in adults. The doctoral candidate will now be presented with his cap by Dr. Joan O'Sullivan. And the President will now confirm his parchment. Well done, Shane. Go guard the press. Dr. Chloe Beattie has successfully undertaken a programme of study and research under the supervision of Dr. Suzanne Egan, MIC. The title of the thesis is Exploring the Influence of Early Screen Use in the Home on Psychological Development from an Ecological Perspective. The doctoral candidate will now be presented with her cap by Dr. Suzanne Egan. And she'll receive her parchment from Professor Kilcommons. Congratulations. Dr. Geraldine Brazel has successfully undertaken a programme of study and research under the supervision of Dr. Catherine Lang, MIC. The title of the thesis is Sarah Atkinson, 1823 to 1893, in the Irish Quarterly Review, Duffy's Hibernian Magazine, Duffy's Hibernian Sixpenny Magazine, The Month and the Irish Monthly, a study of 19th century Irish women writers and their literary and publishing networks, 1857 to 1893. The doctoral candidate will now be presented with her cap by Dr. Catherine Lang. And she'll receive her parchment from Professor Kilcummins. Dr. Sarah Clancy has successfully undertaken a programme of study and research under the supervision of Dr. Mairead Ní Bhríon. The title of the thesis is Foreign Language Anxiety in the Irish Third Level Context and the Potential of Performative Pedagogy for Learners of French. Dr. Clancy will now be presented with her cap by Dr. Mairead Ní Bhríon. And she'll receive her parchment from the Provost. Cogardicus. Dr. Rachel Clifford has successfully undertaken a programme of study and research under the supervision of Dr. Owen Flannery, MIC. The title of the thesis is Good Grief, Changing Attitudes to Childhood Grief in Children's Literature. The doctoral candidate will now be presented with her cap by Dr. Owen Flannery. Emily's daughter, or Rachel's daughter, Emily, also graduated this morning on the Bachelor of Arts programme, so it's a really big day for that family. Well done. Dr. Stephen Gallagher has successfully undertaken a programme of study and research under the supervision of Dr. Owen Flannery, MIC. The title of the thesis is Revolution, Rebellion and Vampires, Colonial Hybridity in Irish Gothic Literature and Historical Documents. Unfortunately, Dr. Gallagher is not with us today, so he is conferred in absentia. Dairg an Dr. Kevin Hickey, Clór Stadair agus Taida go ráthúil faoi bheirsich Dr. Róisín Ní Dhonacha, Clór gan Small. Is é tedal an tráchtirt, chuimhnú crothach agus cléchlú teanga, có Stadair legan cainte, 1995 go dtí 2000. Bronnach Dr. Róisín Ní Dhonacha, Dr. Hickey leis a chapín inis. And the Provost will award the parchment. Dr. Noel Lindsay has successfully undertaken a programme of study and research under the supervision of Dr. Brian Hughes, MIC. The title of the thesis is A Complicated Birth, the Northern Ireland Ministry of Education, 1921 to 1925. Dr. Lindsay will now be presented with his cap by Dr. Brian Hughes. Congratulations, Noel. Noel and myself had many chats. We have offices near each other in the JHN building, and during lockdown, we'd have cups of tea talking about the research. Don't forget the PhD. Well done, Noel. Congardicus. Dr. Lorna Murphy has successfully undertaken a programme of study and research under the supervision of Dr. Owen Flannery, MIC. The title of the thesis is Constitutionally Codified, the Myth of the Maternal in the Irish National Imaginary. Dr. Murphy is unable to be with us today and therefore is conferred in absentia, but we might give her a round of applause. Dr. Madeleine Murphy has successfully undertaken a programme of study and research under the joint supervision of Dr. Marita Ryan and Dr. Eugene O'Brien. The title of the thesis is A Literary and Cultural Analysis of the Mistreatment of Women Portrayed in the Works of Irish Female Writers and Critical Social Events in Ireland, 1984 to 2022. Dr. Madeleine Murphy will now be presented with her cap by Dr. Marita Ryan. Congratulations. And she'll receive her parchment from Professor Kilcummins. Dr. Marie O'Brien has successfully completed and undertaken a programme of study and research under the supervision of Dr. Eugene O'Brien, MIC. The title of the thesis is Trying to Draw a Map of a Child's Mind, a study of the influence of childhood experience on the literary of works of J.M. Barrie through a Freudian lens. The doctoral candidate will now be presented with her cap by Professor Eugene O'Brien. And she'll receive her parchment from the Provost of UL. Dr. Esme Orkokira has successfully undertaken a programme of study and research under the supervision of Dr. Owen Flannery, MIC. The title of the thesis is Queer Ecofeminism from Binary Feminist Environmental Endeavours to Post-Gender Pursuits. The doctoral candidate will now be presented with her cap by Dr. Owen Flannery. And she'll receive her parchment from the Provost of UL. I now have the great pleasure in introducing our special awards. The College Gold Medal on the Bachelor of Arts programme. This is our first award this morning. This gold medal is awarded to the graduate who achieved first place on the Bachelor of Arts programme. The President of MIC, Professor Eugene Wall, will present this medal, and the recipient this morning is Mary Kate Flanagan. Yeah, smile for the camera. Well done. The College Gold Medal on the Bachelor of Arts in Contemporary and Applied Theatre Studies programme. This medal is awarded to the graduate who achieved first place on the Bachelor of Arts in Contemporary and Applied Theatre Studies programme. I call upon the President of MIC to present this medal to Nora Burke. Well done. Our next prize is the St. Bonaventure Trust Prize. This trust was first established in 2008 for the advancement of Catholic theology at Mary Immaculate College. The prize is awarded to the graduate who achieved first place in theology and religious studies on the Bachelor of Arts programme. I now call upon Ms. Helen O'Donnell of the St. Bonaventure Trust, a member of MIC's governing authority, to present the prize, and the recipient this morning is Niamh Farrell. Oh. Bánaí Bhramail, Bruntar Bánaí Bhramail an Machlainn leis an Torres Iardas na Móduúil Gaeilge I gcuid a dód an glár batsaléirs na Dána agus a chuir an tráchtais fochéime I gcrích I roinn na Gaeilge. Bruntar Bánaí Bhramail I gcuine Sheán an Tón ó Bhramail an céad chlárachar a bhí sa chláiste. Bhálam gléach an talamh William Leahy, Dín na Dán, chun an dúis a brona Robin Cronin Pike. Well done. Award for Outstanding Achievement. It's my pleasure this morning to introduce our recipient for the Award for Outstanding Achievement. Nasrallah Taban graduates today with a Master's in Media Studies. From Afghanistan, Nasrallah fled from the Taliban and came to Ireland by way of a refugee camp in Poland. Nasrallah then received a Government of Ireland scholarship to advance his studies here. Taban is an internationally recognised outstanding journalist who campaigns relentlessly for human rights, specifically the right of women and girls in Afghanistan to receive an education. Taban assisted in organising an international conference here in MIC on International Women's Day this year. The conference was funded by MIC's EDII office and was entitled Women in Education. Invited guest speakers included former ministers, ambassadors, human rights activists, NGOs and United Nations personnel. Additionally, members of the Midwest Afghani community participated. The conference was very valuable in raising awareness and promoting discussion. It subsequently led to actions in a number of areas, including future support for the education of girls in Pakistani refugee camps. Today, we recognise and award Taban for his remarkable efforts in the field of human rights. I now call upon the President of MIC to present Nasrallah Taban with the award for outstanding achievement. Well done, Nasrallah. I think a standing ovation might be in order. As our ceremony draws to a close, I would like to extend my gratitude to everybody involved in today's event. Today is the result, believe me, of weeks of preparatory work. It's impossible to name everyone, but I would like to extend my appreciation to staff in the following areas: Buildings and Estates, ICT Services, the President's Office, Strategic Communications and Marketing, Student Academic Administration, MISU, our signer Carrie O'Donnell, and John O'Neill, the mace bearer from the University of Limerick. We are truly delighted to host today's ceremony and be part of this very special and happy day in your lives. It was a pleasure to be involved and witness how hard everyone worked to make this event such a success for you, our new graduates. Briachas ó Cuileamh go léir. Now, thank you. Now, before the national anthem, just let you know our academic staff, along with our new graduates, will leave once the national anthem is completed. So please remain standing while, as a gesture of respect to the graduates, while they're leaving the venue, and then we will kind of exit the room as I outlined at the beginning. So thank you all for coming. I hope you have a fabulous day celebrating the wonderful achievements of our MIC graduates here today. Let's give them one big final round of applause.